Hey everyone. There was an alarming video that happened across my incredibly well-curated TikTok feed the other day, and it's since racked up like 6 million views, and it paints a pretty bad picture of this guy, our story's antagonist, and the business he's associated with, which had probably the most insane reaction to one of these scandals that we've ever seen from a business. On September 16th, a newly created TikTok account called Vigilante Nikov posted a video that started off the edge of her balcony, a ways up, a bird's eye view of an odious-looking character below with his adorable dog, who we later find out is named Bandit. The caption she includes with the video is just a little concerning. It reads, "This man is a dog beater." So I'm sitting on my balcony and I hear this guy shouting after his dog. I look down and see he let his dog off the leash to go pee, and his dog ran maybe 8 feet ahead of him and didn't turn around when he called him. His dog starts peeing and he catches up to his dog and slams his dog into the ground, pins the dog down, lifts his leg and stomps on the dog's head, then gets down on his knees and slaps the dog and punches it twice in the head. I shout at him from my balcony, "Yo, don't hit your fucking dog like that." He tells me to STFU, mind my own business. He will do what he wants. Calls me a cock-sucking whore, that's crazy, by the way, and then says, I better hope he doesn't catch me in the building or the elevator or else he'll beat me too. I said, "Oh yeah? I'm not scared of you, buddy." He says, "Well, come down then." I said, "Okay, wait there for me." So I grab my stuff, lock my door, run down 6 flights of stairs, only to find this giant dog-beating weakling of a human being already finger blasting the elevator button to try and get away from me. All the rest is on video. Yes, the police and animal control have been contacted, but they are busy, so no response yet. TikTok, do your thing and let's expose this dog beater. If he was so comfortable abusing his dog in plain daylight right outside of a 12-story high apartment building, imagine what he does behind closed doors. And that's a good point. So with all of that being said about the video we're just about to watch, it is just as jarring as you'd expect.
You can't wait to run into me in the elevator because I'm getting beaten?
Don't mind your business.
Yeah, buddy?
Yeah.
You want to call my bluff? Call me a sucking bitch because I'm standing up to a fucking dog beater? Wait till I see you next because you're going to do something to me in the elevator? Well, let's fucking go. What?
Yeah, what's your problem?
No, what's your problem? You ain't got nothing to say
This
now?
is my dog. Yeah, I got a lot to say. Who are you?
You don't beat your dog. You
So
don't beat your dog.
kicking ass.
You don't beat your
Yeah, I
dog.
beat my
And then
dog.
you're threatening me.
It's called
What's up?
punishment.
I'm right here. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not like
I
you.
gotta punish him.
That's not what you do. You don't kick your dog.
I want, like,
Clearly,
yeah,
you're a
look at
piece
the-
of shit.
Go ahead, record me.
Yeah, because you threatened to beat my
You live
ass.
in the building?
You threatened to
Not
beat
for
my
long.
ass.
Tell you that much to-
Yeah, not for long. Actually, you don't know that.
Not for long.
Why? What does that mean, huh?
You'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you will.
You'll figure it out. You fucking dog
You'll
beater.
figure it out, yeah.
Fucking dog beater.
Well, yeah, well, beat yours. Yours. Yeah,
You're gonna beat my ass, huh?
well, yeah.
Sorry, kid, I'm not working on the dream. I'm trying to see the story goes to.
And with that, our alleged dog beater takes flight into the skies, but she tries to chase him down. This video ends with her attempting to chase him through the stairwells, but alas, arriving too late. Now, I would say I'm something of a people expert after all these years, at least when it comes to confrontations, but it doesn't really take a master of the arts here to tell that this guy is probably guilty of precisely what she's accusing him of. For one thing, he sort of tacitly, borderline, directly admits it right here.
That's not what you do. You don't kick your dog.
I want, lady.
Clearly,
Yeah,
you're a
look at
piece
the-
of shit.
Go ahead, record me.
Certain people just have certain ways about them, present in their body language and the way they talk to people, their mannerisms, that sort of tell you everything you need to know. We've taken to calling these traits red flags as a cultural moniker, but some are more subtle than others. But in this guy's case, they're pretty overt. For instance, this guy is way too comfortable with threatening this woman he has never met, and whose only crime is making this guy feel embarrassed and perhaps small for his terrible behavior that he got caught doing. Telling a girl you're going to beat her up if you catch her in the elevator, that's psychotic and menacing behavior. Precisely the kind of behavior one would expect from a dog beater. And we don't even really have to take her word for it that he said these things to her before she started recording, because he threatens her again on camera.
Dog beater.
Well, yeah, well, beat yours. You're
You're gonna beat my ass, huh?
yeah.
So this video blew up, and you know how people get about dogs. The internet did not play about this, and tons of people started flooding the comments on this video. Her first upload, by the way, saying, you know, call the cops and offering other super obvious advice that probably wasn't that helpful, but at least they cared. And that's often enough to get things done. On September 19th, we got an update on the story from Nikov herself, who said, "Hello to all my fellow warriors. First of all, I just want to say, if I receive another message telling me to call the cops, I'm gonna cry. I have called the police. They still have not contacted me back. Their response time is not my responsibility, so please stop blaming me for that, as I did call them right away. I wish they came sooner as well, but unfortunately London has a lot of bad people here and not enough police. Yes, this is important, but people are doing worse things which unfortunately take precedence. Not that I am at all saying it is okay, it is just unfortunate what is happening. Now that I have cleared that up, I also need to say, you are all so awesome. To have this much support has truly made such a difference. It has actually made all the difference. Animal Services has received calls from all over Canada, and as of this morning, they are still receiving calls." She continues, "Just because there isn't a video or certain footage or proof of something, again, doesn't mean nothing is happening. My personal life has been very hard for a while, and it literally imploded the day after filming this video. A few people saw cops outside my building and wondered if it was for this guy. It was actually for my abusive ex. I am now currently getting out of a very dangerous situation myself after 9 years of being trapped. So please be patient with me as I also navigate all of this in between. I will always advocate for the voiceless or for any victim." So it's easy to see why this issue is so personal to Nikov. It sounds like this incident was actually a profound turning point in her own life, where she maybe saw herself in Bandit and Bandit in herself. And it sounds like this incident may have actually galvanized her, maybe given Vigilante Nikov the fortitude to get herself out of her own abusive situation that she's been in apparently for 9 years. That's actually pretty profound, and I don't think that anyone who saw the original video actually understood. She goes on to say, "The parallels of this experience have been so crazy to me because I am getting out of my abusive situation thanks to my voice and thanks to video footage and thanks to the people around me. This baby is in the same position, but his way out is not an easy one." So Bandit's plight is all over the place now, and other users are tracking this guy down and the whole shebang. And it turns out that this guy works for a car detailing company in London, Ontario, Canada. So naturally people tracked it down, and one user who was touched by Bandit's plight, user @yourmom97243, actually decided to call in to this business. And you are not going to believe the conversation she had. Luckily, you don't have to take my word for it. You get to hear the entire thing yourselves, because she recorded it and sent it into our main character just a few days after the incident. Now, I'm relatively convinced that the man who answers the phone is in fact our story's antagonist, but the man claims to be someone else entirely and also claims to own this business, so keep that in mind.
Hi, is this, Complete Care car detail?
Complete car care, yeah.
Okay. Is Matt there by any chance?
No, he's busy right now. How can I help you?
Can I speak to a manager by any chance?
I'm the owner.
Okay. I'm sure you've been receiving calls about a video going around.
Yeah, a video that shows nothing, yeah, but we do beat dogs, but we only beat them for 5 minutes. It's $20 a minute if you want to come down and get your car detailed. We'll beat the dog, too.
Shockingly, the owner of this business makes a joke about how he will beat your dog for a few dollars, which is completely psychotic. That's an insane thing to say.
Okay, I am recording this, so...
That's perfect.
So...
That's perfect. You got evidence of any of this?
Well, you just saying you beat dogs is kind of insane.
Well, we're having fun with all you lefties. By the way, if you're a leftist, we'll beat your dog for free.
Another insane trait that insane people have, bringing politics into literally every argument and confrontation they get into and making everything about politics.
I'm not. That has nothing to do with it. I just don't understand.
Oh, okay. If you give me a minute, you got to call back when Matt's free. Maybe he'll be free in about... he's just busy with a client right now.
Okay. Well, you can have him know that I called animal welfare.
Did you? That's fine.
Yeah.
And you called for what evidence you have of that, by the way? Because we've seen the video.
You do, and he threatened to beat some lady.
We've seen the videos, by the way, and we for one week, there's not much to say. I don't know.
Did he tell you exactly what happened?
You guys can go on the internet and listen to all the bullshit and propaganda. That's fine, you know what I mean? But there's no evidence.
So I guess apparently somebody recording you say something is a propaganda campaign now. Yes, the government is in on it.
We know.
No, that's why I'm asking you if you know exactly what happened, because I'm not for the animal abuse.
Oh, of course, and we know Matt. We know the dog, right? And the dog's always here. You know what I mean? So. Obviously, things were taken out of hand and definitely out of context. Mm-hmm. And at some point, if you would like to call back, you can speak to Matt himself.
I would love to, honestly. I know there's no particular evidence, but, I don't...
So why are you calling here if there's no particular evidence? Why would you even bother?
Well, because...
You have nothing to do with your day? You understand we run companies here, right? You understand that, right?
If you run a company, then why are you answering the phone saying you beat dogs for 5 minutes? I don't really...
Oh, because we're having fun with you guys, because obviously we know that you're calling over this, right? Because we receive many phone calls, right? Mm-hmm. And we're having fun with you because obviously you guys have nothing better to do with your lives. It's quite funny. We make money here. I don't know. We're too busy making money to get sucked up into this stuff. You understand that, right? And you know the guy that's on that video is a money-making guy. You know that, right? Like, it's just not some guy running around beating his dog. You know that, right? You understand that, right? So someone puts up a headline about you, right? And then takes a half video, and then I put it up online, and then you get a whole bunch of people calling you, right? Would you call that fair?
So is he going to file for defamation then?
Well, he's already have a cease and desist letter being made up next week to go to the girl that put that video up, which means that he can sue her after, right?
Well, sure, anyone can sue anyone. It doesn't mean you have any kind of real case. It doesn't mean you're going to win, but technically you can sue for whatever. And I will point out it must not have been a very effective letter because those videos are still up.
So that goes, the cease and desist will go around to everybody like you, and you're lucky you called private number because you'd be logged into with all the rest of the numbers that we have that have called.
That's fine. I was just calling for him.
Right. Well, you should actually, if there was actually him beating his dog, we would be concerned, and we'd be asking Matt what was going on in his life for this to happen, right? Now, we know Matt, we know the dog, right?
So, did he say exactly what happened then?
Well, the dog was running for the road. He grabbed the dog, pinned it down. He gave him a kick in the ass, put his leash on him, and he yelled at him, right? This girl was yelling off the balcony at him. Now, we know the dog. He's about 1 year old, so he's kind of, you know what I mean? He's a young pup, and that's the story we got. Now we know Matt for a long time, and the dog's always here. He's probably the happiest dog I've ever seen, by the way. So we don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? This is probably the 40th phone call over the last couple of days, and I'm sorry about our humor over here, but you know what I mean? We're too busy making money. Matt's got a lot of businesses going on in his life, you know what I mean? So he's actually a part owner of the company, you know what I mean?
Ah, Matt, our antagonist, is a part owner of the company. Whether you think this is him or not speaking, interesting.
Whenever he's free, I would love to get...
Well, I can take your number down and he can call you back.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you then. Enjoy your night. You know what? Enjoy your weekend. You know what? Go do something fun. Go enjoy your life. You know what I mean?
Do not beat dogs. I also don't think it's good for business to joke around saying you beat dogs.
Well, it's our business, sweetie, and we make a lot of money. Okay, we make a lot of money.
That's great. Really?
30 million of you people can call and bother us. It doesn't bother us, okay?
I'm not here to bother you. I'm just not with animal abuse.
Yeah, well, who is?
You, apparently.
Not at all. We're making a joke of it because it is a joke.
Insane. That's insane behavior. How many videos have we seen now, guys? How many well-crafted business responses that, however cynically we must take them, at least tried to offer some veneer of an apology and desire to correct this issue or take it seriously, but to sit there as the owner of this shop and make jokes about beating dogs when it looks very likely to most viewers of the footage that Nikov's claim is correct? That's crazy. It's a crazy thing to do. Now, we know that Nikov has contacted the police and animal control, and Nikov even shared other messages that she got from people who claim to have seen abusive behavior as well. But this doesn't necessarily mean that this is enough evidence to convince animal control to intervene. Now, I'm not a Canadian lawyer, obviously, but the internet makes it pretty easy to learn at least the basics about almost anything these days, and I thought I'd pick up a thing or two about Canadian animal abuse law. There are actually inspectors that have relatively broad powers to act if they mostly at their discretion, it seems like, believe that an animal is being actively abused. They can enter your home without a warrant to, well, inspect, and they can even determine that your animal requires, quote, emergency removal if they believe that the dog shows signs of immediate abuse and that removing the dog from the home in short order, forcing the owner to appeal in 5 days or forfeit the dog to the Crown is the best course of action for the animal's welfare. So they could do something about this, I suppose, and they haven't, according to Nikov. So they either investigated the guy and his dog and didn't believe that it showed the signs of injury and that she alleged, and also didn't believe her eyewitness report, or they haven't really bothered to investigate this much at all. Either way, that's kind of wild. But as for what happened to this guy, as of today, he still has his dog. But as for his business and the owner of it, they were not so lucky. Also, what do we think, guys? Is the supposed owner's voice similar enough to our antagonists that you believe it might have been the same person? That this was either Matt posing as the owner or Matt, who is the owner, actually posing as someone else? Well, a lot of people review bombed this place and actually called it because his business phone number is still there. So at least this is making his life and his business owner's life miserable. He's deleted all of his social media accounts, and anyone who looks up his business will be treated to all of these pictures of him being a psycho. So that's good. But what's up with animal welfare services kind of dropping the ball in Ontario here? What do you guys make of that? Is this guy just really good at hiding it? Did these inspectors come and he just fooled them? Or did they never show up at all because they were too busy or didn't care or there wasn't enough evidence? Are some of you yet unconvinced that this man is guilty of what Nikov accused him of? That she embellished this story and faked these texts from other witnesses, perhaps to, I don't know, fulfill some old vendetta against this guy that we don't know about, or chase clout? That seems unlikely, since there's no hint that they ever spoke or met before this, like during their dialogue, and she's not trying, like, it seems like they just met each other. She's not really trying to get a following from this, which means I doubt it's clout, which means she's probably angry because she saw something that day, in all likelihood, that compelled her to go and confront this guy herself, even though it sounds like that wasn't really in her nature to do something like that. I think the best thing to do for now is to call this police number and bother them about it until they save Bandit, or at least investigate the situation with some gusto, with some zeal. I want to see zealotry. But yes, call this pause hotline. Ain't that cute? That way you aren't taking up the line for their human emergency number. I guess that's also a 911, so they copied us. Which I'm sure a lot of people, like human people, actually need that. All right, so that's what I have for now. I'm sorry that Bandit wasn't saved in the end of this story. Kind of a bummer outcome so far, but maybe that will change. That's what I'm hoping for here. I'll be sure to keep an eye out on Vigilant Nikov and all these people involved. Leave your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns, your reckoning requests in the comments below, and I will see you soon. I'm going to talk about on a lighter note, for the next one, some crazy HOA drama that I stumbled upon the other day. All right, see ya.